Hello guys, and welcome to the boss section of the LP. Now I figured that showing you guys the separate hero story and dark story boss segments, and then showing you the combined one would be rather redundant. So what I'm going to do is show you the results of the hero bosses, the results of the dark bosses, and then you'll see all about it when I do the combined segment. So this is me ending the hero segment right here. I cut out everything except for the very end of the last fight. Here are my times. When you actually see me do these fights, I will get a lot better times than what is shown here. I drop about half a minute basically from the combined hero story time. Anyway, once you do the separate hero story segment, you get an emblem, 169. And then you do the dark side, just like you do the hero side. Cut right to me finishing the dark side, destroying Sonic for the last time. Just like with the hero story, when I do the combined segment, I drop a lot of seconds from some of these. Although the egg golem fight on the dark side, I actually did a lot worse than 27 seconds. I did like 35. It was just because I messed up a little bit, but, you know, it didn't really affect the entirety of the run that much. So you get an emblem for doing a separate dark side, and now we're going to do all, which is the hero bosses, the dark bosses, and tagged on to the end, the final stage bosses, if you remember the Bio Lizard and the Final Hazard.
This game of tag is boring. I'm out of here. Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it on!
Monitor Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been located.
Copy that.
So in this fight, I had a hard time actually getting him before he lifted off. But with the bounce attack, I was able to get him before he even started moving, even though he already lifted off. It's definitely possible to get him before he starts lifting off. I just was having trouble for some reason. But my PR for this fight is around 21 seconds, and that's what I hit here basically. There might be a difference from my PR of about a few hundredths of a second, but to be honest, I didn't actually memorize the exact value of my PR except for the whole number. So we're going right to the Eggman fight with Tails, the first one. This one you just spam B. You point at them and you spam B. Don't even jump like I do here to avoid the missile. It's not even worth your time. So we're gonna take him out, and it could have been a little faster. My PR for that fight is just under 13 seconds. It was 12.9 something. So you could drop a little bit from there, but that time is definitely an acceptable time for that fight. Just a reminder on how this LP is going to end. After this comes the Chao, and after that, well, a special treat I forgot to mention last time.
So far, so good.
Then playing around with 2 feet.
Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you, Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you eat
thing.
those words.
Sonic, you interrupted Shadow. That's not very polite.
You won't
They do
even
that all the time in these cutscenes. Oh wait, basically run right towards him. When he passes you, just smack him in the back. That's all you do for the entirety of this fight. Yeah, that is basically my PR for this fight too. 12.5 seconds. Not bad. Not bad at all for that fight. I don't even know if you could go much faster than that. I don't know if you guys know this too, but sometimes before you're even allowed to start moving, the clock starts running in the beginning of these boss fights. If I start talking over cutscenes, it's because you've seen them all in the story. Also, the one like where Sonic and Shadow meet in the forest, you're gonna see it twice during this segment. See, the clock's running. I'm not even allowed to move yet. It's still showing the name. Now, this fight, remember when I told you that it was possible, though it was really hard, to do more than 2 hits at once? Like, after you hit the stupid hourglass that makes the light shine and turns him vulnerable? Well, I did something amazing in this take that I never expected to do or be able to show off, and I'm very glad I was able to show you this today. First I did 3 in the actual separate hero segment, then in this all segment, in this take, I did this. I don't know how. Usually I run past him while doing this and he turns around and I'm way behind. I did 4 hits in 1. Never before in my life have I done it, and I have not recreated it yet. That is by far my fastest time for this fight. 49 seconds. I am so proud of myself right now. You have no idea. But that fantastic run aside, moving right into the Egg Golem, this big giant statue thing. Right, wait here for him to go down. Get on his back, and boom, 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 restraining bolt. I believe it's 5 hits. Yep, he's one of the stronger bosses. Well, not that he's actually dangerous, but just that he takes more hits. More hits? More hits. No, he doesn't take a hit. He doesn't take a hit that he shouldn't, you know, present his back to me like a trophy. He's still doing that. He doesn't usually come that close to hitting me either. He's trying. He's not going to succeed. Yes. This is going to be a good time for this fight. I don't know if it's gonna actually be my PR. It might be off by a second or a few hundredths of a second. Hundredths, not hundreds. Oh god, that would be terrible. But you know that spinning attack he sometimes does? If you're really on top of things and jump on his back every time the second he finishes an attack and presents his back to you, he will never do that attack, which is good because that attack is time consuming and it takes a while for it to go through. And he is done. Isn't that lovely? Speed dash to finish it off. Minute and 13. My PR is a minute and 12. Second off, I'm so ashamed of myself. Seriously though, I do take it. I take it seriously. Now for the following fight, I have gotten much better at it than I was in the story mode. I figured out basically how to spam a move until they die. It's great. A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, trust me. You'll see what I do. You'll see. Taking on Rouge. Rouge the bat. You have to be careful when you do this opening move though, because if you mess up, they'll kill you right off the bat and you'll be very embarrassed. You have to hit him right off the bat, except I didn't actually hit her right off the bat, but thankfully she didn't actually hit me. We just kind of blocked attacks. And that is, believe it or not, a slow take of that. My PR is 3 seconds faster, 13 seconds for that fight. But it's not that big a deal when you do that fight in 16 seconds. That's still pretty good. When you do it without spamming that move, it's like 32. This fight is the one fight where it's actually a danger that you might die. Because of their stupid, cheap, super laser move. If you're far away when they start doing that, you are messed up. And I still got hit even though I wasn't far away. It's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, that move takes away half their health. And guess what? You're not allowed to do it. But if they're near that explosive device when they start doing it, if you blow it up, you might hurt them before they're able to charge up the laser. And while that fight was closer than it should have been, I still survived. That is 25 seconds. My PR is actually 9 seconds faster than that, 16. I was just really efficient one run, what can I say? Just kept hitting him every time the invincibility timer ran out. Alright, this last fight, it is yet another fight where I got much better than I was in the story. Basically, you start out going for his back as usual. Grab a ring. Go for his back again. Wait until he crosses the divider of the platform though, because he might start jumping, and if you try to attack him when he's jumping, he might catch on to the fact that that's how he blocks on. It's kind of how he learns, I guess. But he hasn't. Alright, he's starting to learn. But if you do a triple spam right here, and you time it perfectly, you might still hit him like that. Alright, let him get ahead to encourage the Chaos Spear, so he stands still. I can homing attack him while he's vulnerable. I got hit with the Chaos Spear in the end, but it really doesn't matter since I killed him. My PR for that fight is actually 31 seconds, 5 seconds faster. But that's all the time we have today. The next video will show the rest of the all boss segment. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll finish the boss fights next video.